Welcome to the Real Happy Mom podcast. I'm your host, Tony Ann, the blogger and content creator at Real Happy Mom, where moms can find encouragement and practical tips for this journey called motherhood. I also have this podcast to introduce you to other moms from various walks of life. And today on episode number 40, I'll be sharing with you 11 things to do on Sundays to prep to have a very productive week. Before we jump into these 11 things, I want to make sure that you know that there is a handout that will help you with this, so you don't have to write anything down. Just head over to realhappymom.com/40. There you'll find all of the links in the show notes, as well as a way to get this checklist of 11 things to do on Sundays to prep for a productive week. So let's jump into number 1. So the first thing that would help make things a lot more productive and stress-free is getting your clothes ready for the week. Now, if you do not have a uniform that you are wearing to work, make sure you check the weather to see what the forecast is for the week before you determine what tops and bottoms you'll be wearing. But if you do have a uniform, go ahead and pull those clouds out, get them ironed and ready, and put them in a place so that you can grab it and go on Monday morning. You want to make sure that you have the whole entire week's worth of clothes ready so that you won't have to think about it and you can just get up in the mornings and get going. If you have a particular meeting or something really important going on, remember to dress for confidence. So for instance, when I was in dental school, we had a dress code where the guys had to wear shirt and ties and the ladies had to wear business professional clothes. So whenever I had a test on Mondays, I was wearing a suit and some high heels to take my test. This was my way of getting my mind mentally prepared and giving me that extra boost of confidence so that I could do well on my test. So remember, you can do the same thing if you have an important meeting, presentation, or you just know that you need a little extra boost on Monday. Dress with confidence. Number 2 is meal prep. Now, you don't necessarily have to go ahead and get all of your food ready for the week, but if you could just go ahead and make a list of Monday through Sunday and then what you'll be eating for dinner and for lunches, this will help cut out a lot of questions and then help prevent you from making a lot of unhealthy choices. So just use, like I said, a simple little planner. You can just write on a piece of paper. If you need to, when you go to realhappymom.com/40, you will find another link for the meal prep sheet. This will help you with getting your thoughts organized so that you'll know exactly what you are eating for dinner and for lunch as well. You can even go ahead and do breakfast too, but for me, I keep it simple and I just eat oatmeal or a breakfast drink. So whatever you need to have planned out so that you can make healthier choices. Also, make sure that you get groceries if needed. So when you make this list of the foods that you'll be eating during the week, you can scan the pantry and the refrigerator to see what you have, and then go ahead and get groceries if you need to so that you don't have an excuse for eating out or ordering in. Make sure to clean out your refrigerator too, because a lot of times we will have things in the refrigerator that'll make us think that we have a lot of things, but when we go back and look at the dates or start smelling things, actually it's time to throw a lot of things away. So take some time and clean out the refrigerator and take out things that are expired or you're not going to eat. Number 3 is clean out your purse. Now, moms, how many times have you gone weeks on end and have not cleaned out your purse and you end up finding a bunch of random things in your purse? So we want to avoid this by taking some time on Sunday and cleaning out your purse. Just taking everything out, getting rid of all those receipts that you no longer need, any random pieces of wrappers or just anything that doesn't need to be there. So just take some time, clean out your purse, and get your purse ready for the week. Now, I have a little organizer for my purse because I do have a relatively large purse, and sometimes things can get lost at the bottom. So I have this little organizer that I'll make sure to include in the show notes so that it can help make keeping your purse a lot organized a little bit easier. Number 4, plan your week. Now, this one is going to take a little bit more preparation. So you want to make sure that you look at your calendar and look what's coming up for the week and take note of any birthdays, any meetings. Also make sure that you look at your kids' calendar. I know that sometimes I forget some of the events that are going on with my kids, but I have learned to look at my son's school calendar to make sure that I'm not missing pajama day or a wacky Wednesday or whatever the case is. Look at everyone's calendar, not just yours, but look at the kids' calendar. If your husband has things going on too, make sure you take those things into account so that you can get prepared for the week. Also, make time for working out. And if you're traveling, go ahead and make a note of that so that you can get prepared for that as well. There is an app called Cozi. I think I'm saying it right, but it's COZI. Like I said, I'll make sure I put a link for that in the show notes. But it is a very nice app. I've tried to use it with my husband, but it didn't really work. But I found other people that found it very helpful. But it is a free app that you can share shopping list, meal plans, and lots of other fun things. So if you're having trouble with keeping everything all together, definitely look into this app. Number 5 is find time for self-care. You want to make sure that you spend some time taking care of yourself, because it's so easy getting everyone else organized and getting things ready for the week that you'll put yourself last. But you need to put yourself first and make sure you take care of yourself, whether it's giving yourself some time to rest, doing something that you enjoy, taking care of simple things that may seem superficial, like doing your hair or painting your nails, whatever the case is that you need to take care of yourself so that you'll be ready come Monday. Number 6 is to make a to-do list for the week. This can get a little out of control if you don't do this properly, but you want to make a list of everything that you need to get done for the week. And then once you've made that list, go ahead and prioritize what's most important and put those things that are really important that you need to get done up at the top, and focus on 3 things. This is something that I learned from Michael Hyatt. Is focus on 3 things that you need to get done every day. If you have this list of, let's just say you need to make sure that you buy certain things to put together for your son's school project for next week, make sure you put that on there, and then make sure you mark the priority of that versus you need to make sure that you finish writing up a paper for work, which is pretty urgent. So take some time to prioritize your list, and then from there make goals of things that you need to get done for the week. Number 7 is tidy up. One thing that I have found is when my house is relatively tidy and clean, I am a lot happier and go into the week a lot happier. And I think it does something for our minds too. If there's a lot of clutter and things just kind of everywhere, it makes it really hard because there's just so many things going on. So I'm not saying necessarily that you have to clean up the house, but just tidy some things up, put things away, especially the areas that you see first when you come into the house. Go ahead and get those things put away and tidied up. Next, I have restarting devices. This is something that I learned from my techie husband, but a lot of times we keep our devices on for extended period of times and we don't restart them. And this can make it so that the device will run slower, he'll have a lot more issues, it doesn't update, etc., etc. So take some time to restart all your devices, your phone, your tablet, your computer, all those things that you typically keep on and never power off. This will help make things a lot smoother during the week, especially if you're dependent upon these devices on a day-to-day basis. Next, I have spending some quality time. So one thing that I have found is us moms, especially working moms, we tend to feel guilty when it's time to go to work when we know that we haven't really spent enough time with our kids. So make time to spend some quality time with the family and do something fun that everybody will enjoy so that you won't go in feeling guilty that you haven't spent enough time with your child. So a few things that I have learned from some other moms that are some great ways to spend quality time are reading together, cooking together, having the kids pick out something fun to do, using conversation cards, and doing something outdoors, whether it is taking a walk, biking, or hiking. And lastly, number 11 is go to bed early. How many times have you started Monday feeling groggy and tired and not wanting to get out of bed? If you go to bed a little bit earlier, this will help to eliminate that tired, exhausted feeling, and especially making some time for some rest. I think I skipped one, but that is the last one, is to rest. You don't want to be running around all day on Sunday and not have time to just put your feet up and just relax. So just to recap, the 11 things to do on Sunday to help make your week go a lot better and more productive. Number 1 is to get your clothes ready for the week. Number 2 is to meal prep. Number 3 is clean out your purse. Number 4, plan your week. Number 5, take time for self-care. Number 6, make your to-do list. Number 7, tidy up. Number 8, restart your devices. Number 9, spend some quality time. Number 10, rest. And number 11, go to bed early. So make sure you head over to realhappymom.com/40 to get the links in the show notes that were mentioned in this episode. And do me a favor and rate and subscribe this podcast if you found this useful. We'll be back again next week for another episode of the Real Happy Mom podcast. Until then, I will catch you in the next one.